2 semesters worth of writing poetry together. I write a poem that is snarky and probably about a bitter breakup. So if you can catch themes in Jennifer's work, you should probably be able to catch themes in mine. So just keep that in mind. They're not always snarky though, but it's almost always a bitter breakup. This one is called Zest and Shells. I peeled oranges on your front steps, left the rinds and seeds in a neat little pile for you to find. Every Friday morning, your dad would go over them. I think maybe he was hoping you would understand that I wasn't accidental. You started a compost pile, then a garden once summer had started. Yesterday morning, there was a corn cob and wisps of silken husk on my windowsill. It took you so long to find me. Of course, nothing is compiled in the order that I want it on my phone, so you bear with me for a handful of seconds. This one is actually kind of a very flash fiction piece. I got a prompt from a friend because when I have writer's block, I ask people to send me a little something and I'll write something based off of it and see where it goes. And this one actually turned out really well. The prompt was, you have to talk about something where the most important aspect of what you're talking about isn't directly named. And apparently it went over sort of well, but I don't know that anyone actually ever got it. But so we'll see how this goes. It's called What Isn't Named. I drove 45 minutes on roads that were more left turns and peaks than I remembered. I kept checking the rearview mirror. I kept the radio turned down. The gates were closed, not locked. Never locked in this town of fewer people than I graduated high school with. People who spent their entire lives sitting in the only church pews. That's a typo. And I don't know why it says that. People who spend their entire life sitting in church pews before ending up in front of them. There was something about walking past stones with names I couldn't put faces to. Life had become a lot of that. The flowers were silk. The money I would have spent on real lilies paid for the gas that got me here. I wouldn't have been able to carry the baby's breath anyway. My grandparents were right in the middle, the cusp of markers that were still shiny and new. The corners were just starting to weather. The daffodils my sister left on Memorial Day were tattered and wind-bruised. On the back of the stone, my mother had listed my name, my sister's, and the rest of the grandchildren. My cousin Danielle had 2 names beneath hers. My sister would be adding one come October. I made my mother call the groundskeeper last month to tell him that I would be changing the nature of my appointment. No, no clowns in that one. Close, no, maybe, I don't really know. Work with me, fun.
Tombstone, right?
My phone's very slow, I apologize. This last one's funny though, so I thought I would end on something less dreary. It tricked me. So how's everyone doing? While we wait. Good.
I got a little thing here.
Yeah. I don't know a lot about that.
Was that performance art you just did?
Right there?
Yeah, was that all?
I'm improving now,
Oh,
you guys.
oh, okay.
Thank God for the theater background. Yes, okay. This one is called Summer Romance Has No Age Restrictions. My liking for redheads begins. One summer weekend. The car ride felt forever the way car rides do when you're only 9 and you know swimsuits and campfires are at the dusty ends of highways. I'd never seen that many freckles before. Well, I think he likes me. Maybe, but I think he likes me more. I didn't tell them that I had held his hand that afternoon when we were all squished into the hammock waiting for the sun to dry us like river rocks. It was the year my little sister was obsessed with the movie Grease, and the soundtrack was the only CD anyone had thought to bring. In a more innocent fashion, he was Danny, and at the end of summer nights, I was Sandy on a picnic table. Our parents thought we were funny. That's still one of their favorite stories to tell. In the morning, wet shoes and everything covered in river grit, I waved goodbye through the back of the station wagon. I really think he liked me. He bumped against me when we were on the river. He passed me the ketchup last night and roasted a marshmallow for me. He definitely liked me more. But a most chaste kiss on the cheek with a hug that held just too long was more than I had the heart to tell him.